Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a review and demo over a couple of new CoverGirl products. Today we're going to be talking about the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir Foundation and the CoverGirl Total Tease Mascara. So let's go ahead and start talking about the foundation. So I picked up the shade 725 Buff Beige. This is a pretty good shade match for me right now where I have a little bit of a tan. It's a really nice like yellow tone beigey color. I will say they do not have a very good shade selection. They don't have super light shades or super dark shades. I can only find this available on Ulta.com. I can't find it at Walmart or anywhere, and I did pick this one up at Walmart for under $12. I believe this was $10.99. I'm not really sure. And they only have 6 shades on the Ulta website, and they have 14 on the CoverGirl website. So there are 14 shades out there somewhere. So just to sum it up, it says lightweight, full coverage, hydrates, has SPF 20, and contains vitamins and antioxidants, and it's oil free. And on the front it says vitamins E, B5, and B3. As far as the packaging goes, it does have a really nice pump. You do get 1 fluid ounce, which is standard. And I've heard a couple of people say they don't like the packaging, that looks kind of cheap. I think this actually looks pretty high quality, especially for CoverGirl at the drugstore. It's got this really nice like gold little trim and a really nice pump, and it's just got a clear square lid that goes on top of it that actually makes it look pretty expensive in my opinion. So I don't really know what those people are talking about. It is a little bit more bulky, so it's not going to be travel friendly per se, but the pump is very easy to control how much product you get out, and I really appreciate that. So moving on to the mascara, like I said, this is the Total Tease Mascara. This is $9.24 on the CoverGirl website, but I'm pretty sure I bought it for under $8 at Walmart. It darkens and thickens for maximum lash definition, lash separation, smudge defying formula, has a detailing tip allowing for no mess targeted application. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So first, here's what's happening with my face. I'm pretty clear today, so there's not a whole lot to cover up. I have a little more to cover up on this side. So I've already applied my moisturizer and primer. So right now it is 1:37. We got a late start today. That's why I'm doing the face before the eyes. So here's what the consistency and color looks like. As you can see, it is pretty thick. It's not really running down my hand, but I do feel it kind of dripping down my hand in the glob that it's in. So yeah, it's a pretty like medium thick consistency. So I'm gonna go ahead and start out with a dampened sponge on this side, and then we'll use a brush on the other side. So the color actually isn't too bad. The other day I had to mix it in with a white foundation mixer to make it work for me, but maybe I've got a little bit of a tan. Oh my god! It has a very heavy scent, and everyone that I've watched talk about this so far has said that they like the scent. I don't like it. I mean, it smells better than some foundations. Like, it doesn't smell like super chemically or anything. It does smell very perfumed. And I personally don't like heavy scents in my foundation. I think that can cause breakouts and stuff if it's heavily fragranced. So right off the bat, it's looking pretty good on my skin. I will say the other times I've worn this, I haven't really liked it. It seemed to be like a more demi-matte or matte finish without moisturizer and primer, and it just didn't look very radiant on my skin. Right now it's actually looking pretty glowy, not super glowy, but kind of like just a healthy sheen on my skin. It's not looking matte at all. That covered up pretty well on this side. I did use that entire pump on my hand because I'm a foundation whore, so I kind of use more than what I need, just because I really like to apply it. So I'm gonna move to this side and do it with a brush. We'll use the Morphe M439 brush, just a big round kabuki brush. Also guys, please ignore my fingernails. I know they're not painted. Every time I paint my fingernails, within like 30 minutes, they get chipped, and the base coat under the nail polish just makes it look bubbly and gross, and it just peels off, and I'm so tired of painting my nails. I'm on a boycott of nail polish right now, so just let me be. I'm sorry that it's not very appealing to the eye, but they're real bad. But this is actually applying it with a brush very beautifully. It's not looking streaky. So yeah, I definitely feel like a little bit goes a longer way with the brush. I am liking the coverage that I'm getting with the brush. It doesn't look as dewy and radiant as this side does. As you can see, this one just has a really pretty sheen, but this side looks a little bit more matte, I guess you could say. Okay, so here's what the brush side looks like. Like I said, I do like it, like the coverage that it gives, and I like the speed of it, but I just like the way the sponge side looks better. So what I'm gonna do is go over this side with the sponge. So here's what the foundation looks like now. I do think we got pretty much full coverage. If you have severe acne, I don't know if this would cover it up completely. So it does still feel pretty tacky, so I don't think it's really set yet, but it does kind of feel like more of a heavy foundation, not super heavy, like on a scale of like light to heavy, it's like a medium. I'm gonna go ahead and go off camera and finish up the rest of my face and my eyes, and then I'll come back and I'll show you guys the new mascara from CoverGirl. Okay guys, so I'm back with the rest of my face on, and I did do one eye with mascara just for time's sake, and I do want to admit I had to take off my face makeup altogether because I did my eyes after my face and I had fallout all over and I couldn't fix it. So right now it is 4:23, but I did apply this at 3:45. So we're gonna say 3:45 is our check-in time because I have had this done for a little while. That's the number one reason why I don't do my eyes after my face. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I will say that the foundation does not set completely. It does feel tacky until you powder it. So first I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what the wand and everything looks like. It's literally the most janky wand I've ever seen. It looks like there are spikes on it. I guess this is supposed to be good for like your inner corner lashes or your bottom lashes. I hate the wand, and I especially hate the little spikes. So it kind of has this curved shape. So where it's curved, you would think that you would apply it like this, but there are no bristles on this side except for the little spiky ball tip. So it's like the only thing hitting your lashes is the little spiky thing. So what I've been doing with this mascara, and I've only used it a couple of times, so I don't really have a firm grasp on it yet, but I've been turning it sideways to where my lashes are getting touched by the side and not really as much of the spiky ball tip is hitting them. So now I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in. I have already curled my lashes on this side. I don't have any eyeliner on. I just have a little bit of black eyeshadow smudged at the outer lash line. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this for you. I'm gonna do 2 coats on the top lashes. I'm gonna do 1 coat on the bottom. So I'm gonna try to use the little spiky tip for the bottom because I feel like that's what it's for. I honestly hate this for the bottom lashes. First of all, it gets all over your skin, or it gets all over my skin anyway, but this just doesn't do anything. So I'm gonna start out applying it where my lashes are kind of sitting, where it's dipping down, and I'll show you guys how that works. I feel like it clumps them together near the root, and then it kind of makes them look more spidery and kind of pointy, I guess you could say, at the tips. So now I'm gonna go in for a second layer, and I'm gonna turn the brush on its side to where my lashes are basically hitting all these bristles right here and very little of the little spiky tips. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that way now. Okay, so here's 2 layers, and I do want to point out that on this side that I just now applied, I didn't wait in between coats. I just went in when the first layer is wet for a second layer. On this side, I did wait until the first layer was dry before going in with the second coat. And as you can see, it didn't do as much. It didn't do as much volume or length, and it kind of made them look more spidery. Whereas this side is more full, voluminous, and long. Another thing I want to point out is that I don't know if it's the formula or if it's me where I don't have any eyeliner on, but it got all over my lash line. Like, it looks like it applied a layer of eyeliner. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I think it's where it's a wet formula, so it just kind of gets all over your skin. Right now, I'm not unimpressed with this over here. This actually gave me pretty long, very black, full lashes. This side I don't like at all. It just looks too spidery and they're too separated almost. I like this side because it's a little more clumped together, so I definitely recommend just going in for a second coat when the first layer is still wet. Right now I'm not a big fan of how wet the formula is, but I do like how it layers. I like the volume, the length, the fullness, the thickness that it gives. I like how it clumps the lashes together a little bit, especially at the root, and then it just kind of lengthens and separates the tips. So right now it is 4:40. I'm about to go to the gym, so we're really going to put this foundation to the test, and we're also going to see if the mascara flakes, smudges, smears, all that good stuff. So I'll be checking back in after the gym to show you guys how it's held up, because I'm literally about to go right now, and I'll see you guys in a couple of hours. Hey guys, so I'm back for my second check-in. It is now 6:49, so it's been about a couple of hours, and I just got back from the gym, and it's super hot outside. It's very humid, but everything is looking pretty good. Everything is still holding up very nicely on top. There is no flaking. Well, I do see like there's a little flake right there with the mascara, maybe 2. So nothing major. I'm very impressed with the wear of the foundation so far. So I'll be back in a few hours to do my final check-in, and we will bring this video to a close. So I'm back for my final check-in of the day. It is now 10:50, so I've had this on since 3:45, so we're on about 7 hours. I was gonna try to make it to the 8-hour mark, but I've got other stuff to do. But nothing settled into my pores or fine lines. Everything still looks very good. It does look a little bit faded right through here, maybe. but it's not on this side. So I think this is just because this side's my bad side. This is where I have a lot more to cover up and a lot more acne spots and scarring. And then here's what the mascara looks like. I have very, very minimal flaking. In my opinion, it doesn't look as black and bold as it did earlier, but I mean, I think it looks pretty good. So I do see a tiny minimal amount of fading right around my nose right here. It looks like I've just wiped my nose though. I do wipe my nose all the time, so that's probably why. It's probably just rubbed off a little bit. I do see some redness peeking through. It looks like it's kind of faded off on my forehead up here just a little bit. I'm gonna zoom you guys in if you can see this. Look, right up here, it looks like the foundation's worn off just a tiny amount. That could be because of the sweat, but it looks like it's still like at my hairline, but there's just a big spot missing. It looks very lightweight and very soft on my skin. It doesn't look like I just applied it, but for me to have gone all day wearing it to go to the gym, I think it's held up pretty well. But my final thoughts on the foundation, I do think it's a pretty good full coverage foundation. It's got a nice satin finish. I do like this foundation. It looks very good on the skin. It has held up extremely well throughout the day. It doesn't feel super heavy. There's just something about this foundation, and I can't put my finger on it, that I don't like. I don't really know if it's because I haven't worn it a whole lot and I just haven't really gotten a firm grasp on it, but I'm kind of unsure on who it's going to be good for. Like, there's just a gray area with me. I will keep wearing it for the next week or so and figure out what I think about it, and then update you guys in the description box and also either on Snapchat or Instagram. And I do want to do a flash test with this because it does have SPF 20 in it, so I want to see if it's a problem. So there's not really a whole lot of flashback, maybe on my nose, maybe on my cheek area, but that also could be highlighter, I don't really know. So there's a flash test. So moving on to the mascara, I do not like the wand at all because I do like the formula. I'm hoping it does dry out, and I think it will. I'm kind of starting to like it the more I use it, and I will keep you guys updated on this as well, so make sure you check back. But is this my favorite mascara? No, this hasn't really taken the place of my L'Oreal Butterfly Sculpt. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you've tried either of these products, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today. Thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe, follow me on all my social media. All the links are below, and I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Mwah.